Hey San Fernando Valley agents, it's Julian Park here, and I just suffered through 3 years of door knocking, 50,000 doors in the San Fernando Valley. I don't think there's anybody else, except for maybe Edgar, who's knocked as many doors as I have in the most recent modern years. The reason this matters is because door knocking used to be great. You used to go out and you can expect to get 70% of those listings. Nowadays, the way I see it, it's a harder game. So I'm going to go over with you, and I'm going to be very honest with you what you should know about door knocking. First off, door knocking is long term. I get so many people asking me, oh, door knocking is great, let's go do it, how do I get started? And then after 2 months, they get frustrated. Honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, you want the hard numbers. If you can get one listing in the first 6 months, fantastic. If you get 2 listings in the first 6 months, you should be over the moon. You're a record setter. You cannot control when people buy or sell. What you can control is what position in their mind you are when that time comes. That's what you're there to do. I see a lot of people give up because after 6 months, they don't have any listings. That's not the case. None of those people are ready to sell, or if they were ready to sell, you just were not top of mind. I see many people at doors try and convince people to sell. That's not what you're supposed to do. You have to just be friendly with them, be conversational. Don't try and close them. It's the 21st century. Closing it's so old. You have to build relationships. You have to be authentic. The next thing you should ask yourself is, yeah, it's hard work, but why do you need to go door knocking? If you're old enough and you have a great sphere of influence with referral business, then you might not need to go door knocking. When I started real estate, I was in my early 20s. I had nobody to give me business. I had to go out and get it. If you are in that position, then door knocking might be good for you. Another thing that helps too is that you have to have a lot of energy. Door knocking is very physically demanding. And third of all, and to be honest with you, I get this all the time, it does help to be a male while door knocking. You do feel a little bit safer. Another thing to know about door knocking is that it's better than cold calling. It's more effective, the conversion rate is better. Because think about this, if you talk with somebody on the phone, they're not going to remember you. If you talk with somebody at the doors, they will remember you for the rest of their lives. And it's very rewarding. It's a very long-term game, but when you're going to restaurants, when you're doing open houses, when you're on social media and people recognize your face, that is what door knocking is for. Door knocking is the foundation of your prospecting career here in the San Fernando Valley. It's a long-term game, and there's plenty of folks I know who door knocked 10, 20 years ago, and they're just on autopilot now. That is the best way to farm. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the mindset to have when door knocking. The most important thing I learned after knocking 50,000 doors is that you have to have a system. You have to have, number one, a schedule that you stick to every day. The moment you say, I'm going to go door knocking when I have time, you're done. You might as well just stop now and go find another way to prospect. You're wasting your own time, you're wasting your farm's time, and most importantly, you're just not making money. The most important thing to know is that you have to do it on a team. When I first started, I was alone. I can't tell you how many times I showed up to my farm and sat in my car, went on my phone, and could not summon the courage to go door knocking. You have to have a team and a partner to go do it with. Door knocking is very mentally demanding. If you do it alone, it's not going to work. I can guarantee that. This is why you should join our team if you really want to go and have a go at it. A very easy mindset hack to enjoy door knocking is to come with some value. Your flyer should have one of 4 things, either a listing nearby. You will feel so much better about door knocking. I see a lot of people go door knocking with just business cards. You have to really create a system for yourself where every single level motivates you to go door knocking. The second thing you can use is that if you're having an open house, that's something you can immediately invite people to. The third thing you should do is that if you have a buyer for the neighborhood, that is so powerful. It helps you so much when you have a real buyer. When you knock on their door and say, hey, I have a buyer for your house right now, they'll come and see it today. It gives you a huge confidence boost at the doors. Once you get to the upper strategies of door knocking, you're going to want to throw events for your community. Let's say you're having an ice cream truck event or a charity pickup. It gives you that confidence boost to go and knock and look them straight in the eyes and say, hi, I'm here for a reason. You have to knock with purpose. Another thing to know is that people will always be low energy at the doors. You have to match their energy. When I say match, I mean actually go a little bit above it. A lot of people I know when they start, they go out the doors full of energy, and you're just weirding these people out, especially if you're like me and you go door knocking in the mornings. People are tired. If you go and be full of energy, you might scare them off. You have to master energy, but you also have to be a little bit above them, and you have to be able to read that. Just know that no matter what, people are generally going to be low energy at the doors. Very few of them are going to be excited to see you. With that being said, I can tell you again, after knocking 50,000 doors, people are nice. Very people will shoot you down. If anything, they might grumble and kind of interrupt you and say, okay, yeah, thank you, bye. But nobody's going to scream at you. In fact, I think I've had maybe less than 10 times when I had a really, truly negative reaction. You just have to tell yourself those people are having a bad day. Now, people will try and shoo you away, and you do have to kind of go along with that. I know some people who bring their ego to the doors, and if they get a bad response from the doors, they try, no, you're starting a farm here. Just tell yourself, and you have to know this, you're going to be knocking on this door for the next several years. You'll be fine. They will eventually warm up to you. They will eventually come around to you. The human mind works in ways that the more they see you, the more they will trust you. Now, a lot of people ask me what to say at the door. It's the same as it is all across the nation. You want to use your Mind Fairy scripts for the first time. When you're coming back for your second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth time, you can talk about other things, and you can actually be quite conversational. But you want to use the Mind Fairy scripts. I know a lot of people don't like scripts, but there is a magic in the order of the just listed and just sold questions that really elicits the answer out of them. You also not want to use yes or no questions. A lot of people I see ask, do you plan on moving? That's not the right question to ask. You want to say, when do you plan on moving? A lot of people ask, do you know any friends or family looking to buy or sell? You want to ask, who do you know looking to buy or sell? You can even throw in some examples. Your friends, your colleagues, your brothers and sisters. Who do you know looking to buy or sell? You want to use the just listed, just sold script. I'm going back to it now. You just want to use that because it does bring the answer out of them. When you get to that final question, when do you plan on moving and when do you think that would be, they will answer that. You have to go through the scripts and you have to take note of it. People will automatically tell you no at the doors. It's just, we're a culture of no. It's always easier to say no. No is easy. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a listing. I asked somebody, hey, when do you plan on moving? My first time I asked him, when do you plan on moving? Tom was like, I'm not. Yeah, no, sorry. And then I went through the questions. How long have you lived here? Where did you move from? Why did you pick this area? When do you plan on moving? When do you think that would be? Maybe in a couple years. I'm telling you guys, in real estate, a couple years goes by really fast. I know some coaches out there will say, if they're not going to transact in the next 6 to 12 months, if they're not a lead, well, if you're like me, 2 years goes by fast. Think about how long people spend in their 9-to-5 jobs. 2 years in real estate, you can be making easily, very easily. In fact, I guarantee it, if you follow our system, you'll be making a 6-figure income. That's another video, which I'm sure many of you will have seen by now. Some people will have questions about the smaller details of door knocking. You can smile, always. You don't want to make too much eye contact. You're going to make them uncomfortable. Is that I always take a step down, okay? I don't stand right in front of them. I don't stand right in front of people. I try to stand to the side. I don't want to be confrontational. I don't want to scare them. I'm just here to give information. Number 4, most importantly, how to follow up. A lot of people think that, you're going to get the deal at the doors. No, the honest truth is that you have to follow up. If somebody mentions that they're selling, you're going to put it in your CRM and you're going to follow up. Now, I hope that when you get a lead, you know how to get a phone number. You have a couple of ways to get the phone number or the email. First, a lot of people, or what I do actually, I'll ask for the email first. Just an email. People are okay with giving out emails. Once you get the email, then you can go for the phone number. It's a step in the door. They've already given you one piece of information, and then they can give you another one. Another great way to get a phone number is to say, what's your phone number? 818. When you start off the phone number for them, they will finish it off for you. Now, of course, you have to make sure you build trust, and most importantly, guys, if you don't get the contact information, I can tell you I've been door knocking 50,000 doors. If you don't get the contact information, your chances of follow-up decreases significantly. Why? Because you're going to be busy. You're going to be at the office. You're going to be showing homes. You're going to have to print a CMA to go follow up. When if you just got their email, you can send them the CMA. Now remember, you are going to be farming, you are going to be showing up, so if you don't get the contact information the first time, don't stress out, don't push it, don't destroy the lead. You're going to come back again and again and again. There's something magical about the second, third, fourth, fifth time that people see you. They will automatically trust you. You want to call them every 1 to 2 months depending on how hot they are and how well you've built the rapport. If they're going to sell this year, you want to be calling them at least once a month. If it's going to be a couple years from now, or they kind of just vaguely said that they're going to move one day, you can call them every quarter. We'll advise you on this if you join our team. Now, my honest numbers is that you want to pick a farm with a 5% turnover rate. So that means in a 1,000-door farm, 50 listings will come up in every 12 months. Of those 50 listings, honestly, my number, if you can get 3 listings in that farm in 12 months, you're doing fine. Keep in mind, guys, this is the 21st century. There's so much more competition in real estate now, and I'm being completely candid and honest with you. Because if you want to consider a career in door knocking, I'm letting you know. It's rewarding, it pays off, and especially if you're like me and you're younger and you don't know where to get business from, door knocking is pretty much the only way to go. If you know somebody who's door knocking or trying to get started in door knocking, send them this video. I'm right down the street from you. If you're in LA or the San Fernando Valley, I'm right here knocking in these neighborhoods. I know exactly how it goes. At Get Real Valley, we are the preeminent door knockers. Nobody door knocks more than us. Find me somebody and we'll go have a door knock competition. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching my very honest review of what happened after I door knocked 50,000 doors. It did work for me. I'm doing very well in the business, but it's not easy, and most importantly, it's a lot of hard work. Just remember, it's a long-term game, guys.